Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Barberville, Florida's Volusia Speedway Park, an awesome racy half-mile track here in South Florida, where tonight, Whispering Pines Airbnb will present Championship Night for the Renegades division of the GForce Racing League, presented by Strickland's GM, located in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. My name is Steve Ovens. I will be on the call with you here high atop the booth all night long tonight, bringing you all the action here from Volusia. Excited to be a part of Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship Night. First heat race of the night, getting ready to grid up here. They are 10 cars strong here in heat race number 1. Let's go ahead and tell you how they're going to line up. Going away from the pole, a transfer tonight out of the Rebels division. He's done so several times this season aboard the 000s. That is Sean Bowers. Sean Bowers will take it away from the Hammer. Starting alongside car number 51 out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. That is the Kreitz Racing coast-to-coast sim racing team. Galen's Homegrown Popcorn, number 51 of Jonathan Short. Shorty will take it away from the outside pole. Row 2 to the inside, aboard car number 90 is going to be the driver out of Blaine, Minnesota, the Vanderbilt Race Cars ride. That is Jeff Fitzpatrick. Starting along to his outside, aboard car number 47, it's the Michigan Madman. That's Garrett Lafayette. Row 3 to the inside, aboard car number 110, comes into the night as the Renegades Series points leader. This is Trevor Graybow out of Rochester, Minnesota, the Vanderbilt Race Cars, BuyOil.com, Wagaman Brothers sponsored ride. Starting to his outside out of Kansas City, Missouri, in the Rudine Racing Sim Racing Concepts ride, this is Scotty Edwards. Row number 4 to the inside, aboard car number 07 out of Alet, Virginia. They call him the Alet Outlaw, the Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. Epsilon Sprint Rats, Kreitz Racing, number 07, that is Preston Cranmer. Starting to his outside, aboard car number 513, the racing veteran out of Brewerton, New York. This is Jeffrey Barker. And out back on the field here in heat race number 1, aboard car number 123, Lane Snook. They call him Fast Lane Snook. We'll take it away from position number 9, and starting to his outside, in car number 157 out of Rochester, Minnesota, the Vanderbilt Race Cars, BuyOil.com, Wagaman Brothers 02 Designs ride, that is Jesse Bandy. We are chocked full of race cars here in heat race number 1, as they will come down to the line to get the white flag from head starter Dave Farney up on the flag stand here tonight. We will go green flag racing next time off of turn number 4, our very first heat race of 3 here this evening. Again, Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship Night here from the Volusia Speedway Park. A D-shaped half-mile dirt track here located in Florida. A hop, skip, and a jump away from the Daytona International Speedway. We're ready to kick it off for you here tonight. 3-9 Productions, bringing you live coverage here of the GForce Racing League Renegades first green flag of the night off of turn number 4 is in the air, and we're off and racing with heat race number 1. Bowers is going to lead him down the back straightaway, Short right there in position number 2. And that's a great battle between Short and the 47 of Garrett Pepiot. The Michigan Madman starts it on the top side, turns it back down to the bottom, trying to get a run here on Shorty going into turn number 3. Oh, they make a little bit of contact there in the apex of the corner. Pepiot gets by for the position, and Short is all sorts of out of shape. Gets the wall over there in turn number 1. So a bad break goes worse there for Short, as he'll drop out of a qualifying spot. Top 4 cars have been inverted for this heat race. Top 4 cars transfer to the A main. And it is Bowers who will cross the line here with the race lead. He's led from the drop of the green flag. But Garrett Pepiot going to work here in car number 47, trying to chase Bowers down, trying to take over that top spot if he can do it here before the end of this race. Now you ride on board here. Riding aboard the 3rd place driver, that's Trevor Gravel in the 110. He's taking a peek back at the 07 of Preston Cranmer off the left rear tire of the car. 2 laps to go the signal that time, and it's all Sean Bowers. So Bowers, who transferred in through the Rebels Series race tonight, finished top 5 there, and boy, he blinked just a bit. They're coming to the white flag. White flag is out, presented by 39 Productions. And it is Bowers down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Off turn 4, Sean Bowers will win heat race number 1. Garrett Pepiot will bring it home in 2. Trevor Gravel will come home 3. Preston Cranmer, your 4th and final transfer car here out of heat race number 1. So there you have it. Heat race number 1 in the books. That'll bring us up to heat race number 2. And as heat race number 2 gets ready to grid up here, we'll go ahead and show you the starting lineup here. Going away from the pole, aboard car number 57, that's the Parabellum Motorsports ride. Driver in the 57 out of Grand Island, Nebraska. That is Jordan Hack. Jordan Hack, the First Class Cleaning Chaddo's Auto Body sponsored ride, starting to his outside. Aboard car number 69, the Parabellum Motorsports ride, that is Aiden Young. Aiden Young, another transfer out of the Rebel Series race here tonight to run in heat race number 2. Starting on the inside of row number 2, aboard the F1, it is the Finsel Motorsports. Number F1 of Braden Finsel out of Fostoria, Ohio. He'll start alongside car number 24 out of Lima, Ohio. That's Kyle Moonen, the Vanderbilt Race Cars Bioil.com ride. Row 3 to the inside. Just picked up the win tonight in the Rebels feature here on Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship night. Also picked up the championship in the Rebels division. That is Chris Steele. He will start alongside the driver out of Cedro, Willie Washington, the all-in construction and landscaping ride. That is Jack Clevenger. Row 2 to the inside. One of the staffers on the Ohsweken Speedway Stream Team aboard the 25th anniversary Ohsweken Speedway Coca-Cola Tradition sponsored 014. That's Greg Boydell. Andy Patton finished top 5 in the Rebels Series race earlier tonight. That puts him in the field here to start on the 4th row outside aboard car number 87, the Kreitz Racing Coast to Coast Racing Sim Team car. And out back on the field aboard car number 661 out of Murrieta, California, the Galen's Homegrown Popcorn, Kreitz Racing, Coast to Coast Racing, Epsilon Sprint Wraps ride. That is Terry Landis, old Yoo-hoo, going away from the tail of the field. 9 cars, 8 laps the distance. Top 4 cars have been inverted. The top 4 cars will transfer to tonight's A main. Looking for the green flag off turn number 4, and they've got it. Green flag is out for heat race number 2. Oh, we've got contact right off the drop of the green flag. Hack and Finsel get into it. Finsel goes from the penthouse to the outhouse. He's going to drop back 4 or 5 spots here right on the opening green flag. Yeah, Fensel drops back to the 5th spot. That was a pretty good recovery. It looked like he was going to drop all the way to the tail of the field. Hack was able to gather it back in, and we're going to ride on board here with Chris Steele. So Chris Steele, the driver out of St. Catharines, Ontario, 360 sprint car driver at the Ohsweken Speedway, told in his interview with the Rebels race earlier tonight, brought to you by OSRN, that still waiting on the motor for their 360 ride, but confident that they'll have it before they get ready to go racing in his number 80. Of course, that's a look-alike paint scheme that he rides here with the Renegades division. Back up front, we'll check back in with your leaders here as we've got a great battle going on for the top spot. Aiden Young aboard car number 69. The Parabellum Motorsports ride Aiden Young, who has been just tearing it up in the Raiders and the Rebels division this season. This 10-week spring season here for the GForce Racing League. And right now, he is leading one of the top stars of the Renegades division here. Finished on the podium here just a couple of weeks ago. I believe it was at the Eldora Speedway. Kyle Moonen aboard the 24. Moonen, the Vanderbilt race cars, Super Moon graphics, number 24. Working high and low anywhere he can go. Trying to gain a little bit of ground on Aiden Young. Checkered flag out that time, and it was Aiden Young who picks up the win here. Kyle Moonen will come home in the 2 spot. Jordan Hack will finish 3. Braden Fensel will come home with the 4th and final transfer spot. That'll leave Chris Steele, Terry Landis, Greg Boydell, Andy Patton, Jack Clevenger to all come through tonight's alphabet soup. Heat race number 3 is on the line. 10 cars scheduled to take the green flag. We're going to go on board here and take you around the Volusia Speedway Park in the GForce TV 3-9 Productions ride. We'll get to that in just a moment. Let's tell you about your starting lineup here. Going away from the pole in the Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb number 16 out of Naples, New York. That is Mike Schultz, starting to his outside. Driver of the American Dirt Motorsports, Dirt Company Media House. Number 11, it's the Pink Flyer, Chad Cote out of Welland, Ontario, Canada. Row 2 to the inside will be the 10, the Velocity Race Designs ride of Ross Carenta, starting to his outside in car number 193. One of the favorites to try and pick up the championship here tonight. That is Brandon Schultz out of St. Paul, Minnesota, the Vanderbilt Race Cars ride. Next row to the inside out of Aylmer, Ontario, Canada, the Stephen Goldner Racing number 30. That is Stephen Goldner, and starting to his outside out of Fresno, California, that is Matthew Ramsey. Row number 4 to the inside will be car number 46, the Galen's Homegrown Popcorn, Epsilon Sprint Wraps, Kreitz Racing, Coast to Coast Racing. Number 46, that is Joe Backus, and starting to his outside, guy that's had a great run of it lately here. Aboard car number 71, the Parabellum Motorsports ride, that is John Hine. John Hine in car number 71. And out back on the field in car number 36 out of Aylmer, Ontario, the Stephen Goldner Racing number 36, that is Barry Goldner. Shout out to Epsilon Sprint Wraps for the great wrap job here on our GForce TV 3-9 Productions, Turn 5 Media number 61. We're going to make a few laps with these guys out here in heat race number 3, bringing us to a nice easy pace here coming off turn 4. Strickland GM pace truck pulls off the racing surface. Schultz hits the loud pedal, and we're underway here with the 3rd and final heat race of the night. And we are going to take you to the top side here at the Volusia Speedway Park as we've got guys racing underneath us. And this is really the preferred line right now. The outside is really a good place to be as you put those right sides right on the cushion up here on the top. You can see Goldner just ahead of us, slip the tires just a little bit. The other line is you see a great race going on up front. Brandon Schultz taking over the top spot. But one more line, Brad, that you can try here at Volusia is running the bottom. Keeping that car right down on the bottom, trying to get a nice grip. You see John Hine down there trying to work the inside, but you got to be careful. You don't want to clip the wall there with the left front tire. That's the tricky part about running the inside here at Volusia. And as this racetrack really starts to slick off, you're going to see that more and more as we take a look at the battle. Back up front, the battle right now is on for the final transfer spot, as that is a ferocious one. Look at this, 4 cars under a blanket, almost 5 cars, as they are trying to duke it out here for the final transfer spot. Right now, your top 3 cars that would be in the show is Brandon Schultz. Oh, we've got a wreck on the back straightaway. Big wreck on the back chute. Oh, a tough break there for Steven Goldner. He got caught up in that one. Watching your top 3 here, coming to the white flag this time, and it is Brandon Schultz out front. Chad Cote, the Dirt Company Media House, number 11, took a peek down to the bottom, could not make it work, and he's going to have to tuck back in the line. Down the back straightaway they go. It's Brandon Schultz, Chad Cote, Mike Schultz. No relation. They'll finish the top 3 here across the line, coming home with the 4th and final transfer spot. Out of heat race number 3 is going to be Ross Carinta. So Ross Carinta, your 4th and final transfer car, aboard car number 10 out of Fisher, Minnesota. Boy, that went by quick. And this racetrack, awfully tricky for these guys here tonight. The track was re-groomed before time trials tonight, took it right down to 0%. Then they came out to do their time trials, and then you've got about 30-ish cars that have run heat races, and this racetrack is going to start slicking off here before too long. I started to feel it already down on the bottom lane. We're going to step aside here. We've got a quick word here from one of our great partners here with 39 Productions. Stay tuned. Welcome back, folks. C-Main is rolling out onto the racetrack, getting ready to take the white flag this time by. Let's give you a starting lineup. Barry Goldner, Scotty Edwards are going to take it away from row number 1 here. Row number 2 is going to be the 87 of Andy Patton, the 45 of Matthew Ramsey. Jeffrey Barker, Jack Clevenger will make up row number 3. Row number 4 here is going to be the 30 of Steven Goldner and the 51 of Jonathan Short out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. A lot of fast cars in this race here for tonight's C-Main. Only the top 4 are going to transfer. And we brought the GForce TV, 39 Productions, Turn 5 Media, 61 back out here one more time. Going to ride out tail here on the field as these guys are going to be fighting it out to get one of those top 4 spots here in tonight's C-Main. Coming to the green off turn 4. They cannot fire until the flagger waves the green flag, and we are underway with tonight's C-Main. And look at Scotty Edwards taking the early lead, and we've got trouble on the back straightaway. Goldner got together with Matthew Ramsey. Ramsey's going to drop back, way back in the pack. We're going to come up behind Goldner here as trying to see just how slick this racetrack is. And boy, it is slippery down on the bottom. These guys are all really kind of migrating to the outside. What you have to be careful about, though, on the outside, coming off turn number 4, it's a very tricky corner as we've got more contact in turn 2. Jack Clevenger's upside down. He got together with Jonathan Short in the 51. Did not see how that one transpired, but they are in trouble. And Clevenger looks like he's going to be out of it here in this C-Main. We race on down the back straightaway, and that looks like the battle for the transfer spot. as that is Steven Goldner currently running in position number 4, but Jeffrey Barker is right there in the 513. Barker's trying to fight his way into the show. Goldner got a little sideways there, and now here comes Shorty down to the bottom. Jonathan Short will take away the 3rd spot. That gives him a little bit of breathing room, and now the guy on the bubble is Steven Goldner. Goldner aboard car number 30 out of Aylmer, Ontario, the Steven Goldner Racing. Number 30, oh, Goldner got sideways, and here comes Barker. Barker to the outside out of Brewerton, trying to take over the final transfer spot, as you get a great view of it off turn 4. Goldner slid him into 3, Barker turned it back underneath him. Now Barker with the slider in turn 1, and Goldner will turn it back underneath him. Slide Job City here for the final transfer spot in tonight's C main. Only 4 cars are going to go to the B main. Who is it going to be? We are watching the battle for the transfer spot. Scotty Edwards and Andy Patton are fighting it out for the lead. But we are watching the transfer spot. White flag down the back straightaway for the final time. And it is Scotty Edwards who's going to pick up the win. Second across the line will be Andy Patton. Jonathan Short is 3rd. And by a car length, Steven Goldner will take the 4th and final transfer spot aboard car number 30. Wow. So, checkered flag out for C main action here tonight. Tonight's B main getting ready to grid up here on the front straightaway. We are slated to have 12 cars here, it looks like. Yeah, 12 cars, and all 12 of them are going to make the main tonight. So everybody out of the B main will transfer into the big dance tonight. 12 laps will be the distance. We did 10 for the C main tonight. We'll do 12 laps for the B main. Now, something that drivers are going to be keeping an eye on tonight, although, you know, they just need to run a clean race, and that'll help things take care of themselves. But they have something that in the GForce Racing League that's called the incident per lap. And they do a calculation on that, and basically what that is anytime you score an incident point, anytime you hit another car, anytime you get into an accident, make contact with the wall, damage your race car on the nose or on the tail, you accumulate incident points. And what they do is they take the number of incidents that you've scored throughout the course of whatever season it is that we're in, and then they take the total number of laps and they come up with an IL score, incidents per lap. You have to be under 0.250 in order to maintain your status in the division that you're racing in. It also goes on points as well. So there's a lot of things that drivers are keeping an eye on here tonight, and not necessarily strictly championship points. You see the starting field scroll through here as we get ready for tonight's B main. Jeff Fitzpatrick, Chris Steele going to make up the front row. John Hine, Lane Snook will be row 2. Terry Landis, Joe Backus is going to be row 3. Jesse Bandy, Greg Boydell make up row 4. Row 5, Scotty Edwards and Andy Patton out of the C main. And row number 6 is Jonathan Short and Steven Goldner out of the C main as well. This B main brought to you by Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb. Visit whisperingpinesgetaway.com. They are located in Naples, New York. We'll talk to Mike Schultz from Whispering Pines Getaway here in just a little bit during our intermission tonight. But they are centrally located to a lot of dirt car tracks, as well as a lot of NASCAR tracks. They're within driving distance of Watkins Glen International. And if you wanted to spend a weekend and catch a race down at Pocono, they're within a decent driving distance of that NASCAR track as well. Green lights are on. The B main is underway. Everybody going to transfer here, so the only real thing these guys are going to be racing for is their feature starting position. Every spot you gain in the B main is another spot forward that you'll start in the A main tonight. Of course, the winner tonight's B main is going to start 13th, and then second will start 14th, and so on down the line. Everybody being real respectful, giving each other a lot of racing room right now. And really you should. This is a great opportunity to get 12 practice laps on this racetrack, as you get an awesome overhead drone shot from 3.9 Aerial Media. Lane Snook in the Big Bacon Media 123 putting a move here on Chris Steele to take over the 2 spot. Steele's going to try and turn it back underneath him, try to get that run off the bottom of the corner. And boy, Snook has got his hands full going into turn number 1. As you watch out the left side of the car, Steele lost some ground on Snook, as Snook had a really good sets of turns over in turns 1 and 2. Steele holding on to the 3 spot, and then it's Joe Backus, old Joe Exotic right in there in the 4 spot. He is racing like he's running away from Carol Baskin right now, holding on to that 4th spot here off of turn number 4. Greg Boydell with a really nice run here, running in the 5th spot, closing in on Backus. Boydell, who's just looking for a solid night tonight. He has had a rough couple of weeks aboard the 014 machine. Greg, the turn 2 camera operator on the Ohsweken Speedway live streaming team. They stream their races each and every Friday night from the Big O. And Greg Boydell's got an awesome view of it every Friday night. You ride on board with him into turn number 1. Boydell flashing the 25th anniversary of Ohsweken Speedway paint scheme here tonight. And he is looking out back at the 30 of Stephen Goldner. Goldner, oh, look out! Contact over there in turn number 2, and Goldner's upside down. Goldner, who had to transfer out of the C main, gets upside down here on lap number 10. As they will come across the line next time by to take the white flag, and it has been Jeff Fitzpatrick all alone out front, with about a half a straightaway advantage on Lane Snook and Chris Steele, and they are biting hard for that transfer spot. Fitzpatrick off turn number 4. He is going to win tonight's B main. Last chance showdown goes to Fitzpatrick. Second across the line was Lane Snook. Greg Boydell got by Chris Steele on the final lap. Boydell takes the 3rd spot. He'll start 15th here tonight. Chris Steele, Jonathan Short round out your top 5 here in B main action. So, warm-up is getting ready to roll off here. We've got to take care of a little business before we get ready for the A main, so we'll step aside here. You are watching live coverage of Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship Night here from the Volusia Speedway Park. Stay tuned.
Introducing GForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Ohsweken Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForce TV racing leagues. GForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForce TV. what you want to do is when you're on your computer or on your cell phone, whatever it is, go to GForceTV.net, type that in your browser, and that will take you right to the official YouTube page of GeForce TV. And down to the right-hand side, you'll see the big red subscribe button. Make sure you click on that. But don't stop there. Once you've subscribed, then you want to make sure you hit the little ringer to the right. That's the notification bell. And anytime there's new content uploaded to GeForce TV, you'll get a notification, whether it be on your computer, on your device, whatever it is, you'll know when there is content. And as we've been saying, it's so important when you're watching these videos on YouTube or for the meantime on Facebook, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, make sure you're sharing these links, and that helps the actual content grow and populate throughout YouTube, specifically for the GeForce channel.
Welcome back, race fans, to the Volusia Speedway Park Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship Night here for the Renegades division of the GForce Racing League. I'm joined in the booth here by Mike Schultz, who has come on board here for Championship Week here for the GForce Racing League. Mike is even competing out here tonight after finishing top 5 with the Rebels division. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. I know we're getting ready to grid up here for the A main, but quickly tell us a little bit about Whispering Pines Airbnb and how people can get involved and go see some short track racing. Oh, I'm having a little trouble hearing Mike here. Not sure. Let's try that again. Mike Schultz, you got a copy? Nope, not hearing anything out of Mike. Not sure what happened there, but we will we'll try him before the night is out here. Mike Schultz from Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb. WhisperingPinesGetaway.com is how you can get more information. And Brad, have got cars. We're lining up here. Again, it's championship night coming into the night. Trevor Graybow, Brandon Schultz, Stephen Goldner, all right there with each other with probably a mathematical shot here. We will have to tabulate the points after the race is over here. So we'll see how things shake out. But here is tonight's starting lineup. Your front row tonight, a couple of drivers that made their way through the the Rebels race tonight. Our B League is getting ready to go off from the pole. Sean Bowers aboard the 000s here tonight. And he'll start alongside Aiden Young in car number 69 out of the Parabellum Motorsports team. Brandon Schultz, one of the favorites for the championship here tonight. We'll start from position number 3 out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Starting to his outside, it's the Michigan Madman, Garrett Pepiet. Kyle Moonen out of Lima, Ohio will start alongside Chad Cote out of Welland, Ontario, Canada. Next row back will be Trevor Graybow, your points leader, coming into tonight, and Jordan Hack starting to his outside. Mike Schultz out of Naples, New York will start alongside Preston Cranmer in the 07 out of Aylett, Virginia. Next row back will be Braden Finsel out of Fostoria, Ohio, alongside Ross Carinta out of Fisher, Minnesota. Jeff Fitzpatrick aboard car number 90 out of Blaine, Minnesota will start alongside Lane Snook in the Big Bacon Media 123. Greg Boydell and Chris Steele will make up row number 8. Row number 9 will be Jonathan Short and Jesse Bandy. Andy Patton and Terry Landis will make up row 10. Row 11 will be Joe Exotic, Joe Backus, and Scotty Edwards aboard the 23. And your final row tonight will be the 71 of John Hine, the 30 of Stephen Goldner. Race fans, for the final time in the spring season here for the GForce Racing League, it is Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship Night, and as Gary Montgomery would always start the show out with, race fans, it's time to sit down and hold on to your seats, because these men, by the grace of God, iRacing and 800 horsepower, are ready to go to work. Spring Series Championship Night is green. Oh, baby, look at them fan out 2 and 3 wide here on lap number 1. And it was Sean Bowers taking the top spot here on lap number 1, but they are still 2 by 2. Now they're 3 wide for second behind Bowers. Look out behind you because here comes Aiden Young. Aiden Young in the 69 working the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies off of turn number 2, but Bowers will hold on to the top spot. 3 lanes of racing being utilized here as we get our first yellow flag of the night. Caution flag comes out here on lap number 3. Some intense moments here right off the drop of the green flag. And Mike Schultz aboard car number 16. That is the Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb ride. Looks like he got involved here in this incident to put us under the yellow flag. Brad Ovens working the old hamster wheel in the 3-9 production studios to get us a look here. And let's take a peek. Schultz through the middle of the corner, right through the middle of the slick there, and maybe didn't see the car to the outside of him there as he changed lanes coming off turn 2. Just a little bit of contact there, but they got caught up behind them as both of those cars got a little piece of the guardrail there. So a tough break for Mike Schultz, who entered tonight out of the Rebels race after finishing top 5. Lane Snook in the 123 got caught up in that one as well. Right now, your top 5 in the running order: Sean Bowers, Garrett Pepiot, Aiden Young, Brandon Schultz, Chad Cote. That's your top 5. Taking a look at some big movers throughout the field. Andy Patton started 19th. He's quickly moved up to 14th. And right now you've got Preston Cranmer, who started 10th. He's up to 7th. And Braden Finsel, who started 11th. He is currently up to position number 8. So we want to welcome you, whether you're joining us here on GForce TV, here on YouTube, or whether you're joining us on the 3-9 Productions page. We welcome one and all to Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship Night here for the GForce Racing League Renegades Division, and we are back green flag racing into turn number 1. So Sean Bowers, who has put on a good run here the last couple of weeks, transferring his way in through the Rebels Series races. They have a great ladder system here with the GForce Racing League. If you start out in the Raiders Division and finish in the top 5, you get to go to the B Series with the Rebels. And if you finish top 5 there, you get to go into the Renegades race, which we're competing in right now. Yellow lights are back on for the second time tonight. And Brad, I believe it was Barry Goldner, maybe they got, no, I'll take that back. Might have been Andy Patton. So Patton comes down pit lane looking for repairs. There is one fast repair that these drivers are able to utilize during the course of the race. And then we're going to watch Andy Patton here, and looks like the car just broke loose off turn 4. And then he got clipped from behind, and the Galen's homemade popcorn. Get your popcorn ready because Patton put on a show there, end over end into turn number 1. Probably not the way they wanted to get that sponsor plug in there with Galen's homemade popcorn. That's a brand new sponsor for the Kreitz Racing Coast to Coast Racing Sim Team. But you know what, guys? You got to take the sponsor plugs where you can get them. Speaking of sponsor plugs, Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb, whisperingpinesgetaway.com is where you can find all the great information. It's got a great, you can also find them right on the Airbnb website. A great spot if you want to come see some dirt track racing. There are racetracks all over the place within a hour or 2 drive of Whispering Pines Getaway. We also want to thank Strickland's GM, located in Brantford, Ontario, Canada. They have been the presenting sponsor for the last several seasons that we've been involved here with 3-9 Productions. Rick Scott, the entire crew up there at Strickland's GM, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your guys' support here of the GForce Racing League and GForce TV. They have been very loyal partners all the way through here. coming back to green. They'll put lap number 11 on the board when they take the green flag, and it is Sean Bowers, a rather newcomer here to the division, here with the Renegades. And look at Garrett Pepiot. He's a veteran of the iRacing servers. He is going to go right through the middle, right through the dead slick of the racetrack. And look at him with the drive off the corner. Bowers will lead at the line, but the question is, for how long can he do it? There goes Pepiot chugging through the middle. Brandon Schultz not far behind them, but Bowers is able to hold Pepiot off going into the corner, but he won't do it that time. Pepiot takes the lead here on lap number 12. Make it lap 13. As you've got a new race leader, the 47 of Garrett Pepiot. Bowers back down to the bottom, though. Bowers got a nice run off the turn 4. New race leader, it's Sean Bowers. So Pepiot takes the lead on 13. Bowers takes it back on 14, and Pepiot's going right back through the middle, trying to take the lead back one more time, but the yellow lights come on. Third yellow flag of the night here on lap number 15 of 40. Brad Ovens will get a look at it for us here, see if there's anything to show you to put us under the yellow flag here. And it looks like that is the 10 of Ross Carinta, the Velocity Race Designs ride out of Fisher, Minnesota. If you're watching here tonight and you're new to iRacing, or if you've been around iRacing for a while and are interested in taking a look at a new wrap for your ride, Ross Carinta that we're going to watch here in car number 10, one of the many drivers here on the service. And a couple of cars got caught up in front of him. He caught the inside concrete, and then eventually it ended up spinning the car back into traffic. Terry Landis on the wrong end of that one. And Terry Landis, who, you know, seemingly in the last 3 months cannot catch a break. Landis is on pit lane, had to call for the tow truck. So the Galen's Homemade Popcorn, Kreitz Racing 661 will sit pit side. Lap number 17 goes up on the board. Garrett Pepiot shown as the race leader. He got by Bowers there right before the yellow flag came out and tripped the timing line as the race leader. So you've got a new leader here on top of the board. He led lap number 13. Bowers took it back on lap 14. And then right before the yellow there on 15, Pepiot was able to sneak by before they got to the timing line. And they will come back to the green flag this time. Strickland GM. Pace truck pulls off of the racing surface. Pepiot hits the loud pedal. And Pepiot got a great start as we come back to green. So Pepiot takes over the top spot as they start to dice it up here from fourth on back. That is Aiden Young, the 69, but the guy pushing the cushion on the outside is the pink flyer. That is Chad Cote. Cote in the American Dirt Motorsports. Dirt Company Media House, number 11, working the top shelf off turn number 4, and he is closing in on your championship point leader. As they run, Brandon Schultz. Down the back straightaway, it's Bowers, Schultz, and Cote. Aiden Young right there with them. Aiden Young, who started on the front row, has been able to keep it in the top 5 all night long. And he's doing a great job here so far, running in position number 5. Into turn 3 they go as Pepiot starts to walk away. Last time it was just under a second, the lead. Now the lead is 0.8 of a second because here comes Brandon Schultz. Schultz is working the cushion, Pepiot down low, and now the battle is on here. We've got racing all over the place here as Schultz has got the 2 spot and he's chasing down the leader, but right now we've got cars side by side here for third. Bowers in the 000s. Braden Finsel's right there in the F1. Chad Cote, the 11, and right behind them is the 110 of Trevor Grabow. Awesome racing action here as we've got 24 laps on the board, 16 to go. here on Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship Night. Trevor Graybow has got to do everything he can to stay as close to the 193 as humanly possible, because Graybow and Schultz are battling for the championship here tonight. Now, Graybow has got an extra race on Schultz. Schultz is going to have 8 races out of 10. There are 2 drop weeks, so that means that Schultz is not going to drop any points after his points are tabulated tonight. Graybow is going to run in his 9th race tonight, and he's going to have to drop 1 race. You're right on board here with Graybow, as he has got a great battle going on ahead of him. Chad Cote and Braden Finsel have been throwing haymakers at one another. Sliders into the corner, as it's Finsel trying to take the spot away from Cote. Cote tried to turn it back underneath him, could not do it. Cote will have to tuck back into line. Garrett Pepiot, Brandon Schultz have pulled away from the rest of the field. Side-by-side racing here with Aiden Young and Chris Steele, as Young is starting to free fall a little bit through the pack here after running top 5 for most of this race. The lead down to 9/10 of a second. Let's see what it is this time. It's now down to 8.5 tenths. Brandon Schultz is closing in on your race leader. Down the back straightaway they go. Pepiot continues to work the bottom. Schultz continues to pound the cushion, and look at him close the gap off turn number 4. Now it's down to 0.5 seconds. He trimmed 0.3 of a second that time off of the race lead for Garrett Pepiot. And now Pepiot moves up just a little bit. He's going to go through the middle of the corner, but Schultz is closing in on him. Here with 7 laps to go. And the question is, can Brandon Schultz do anything here with Garrett Pepiot? They are coming up on the great equalizer, and that is lap traffic. Lap traffic is not going to be easy as you ride on board here with Garrett Pepiot. The Michigan Madman working the bottom lane in the Parabellum Motorsports 47. Schultz has got a lap car directly ahead of him. That's the 71 of John Hine. Schultz got to switch lanes to get by the lap car, and he'll do so. So now Schultz has got to go back to work on the cushion, as Pepiot lost a little time there trying to put a lap on the 61 of Terry Landis. Landis staying all the way down to the bottom lane. Schultz able to close in. The lead is now 57/100ths of a second. Schultz is right there, but the question is, does he have enough time? Lap car right in his way on the top side. He'll drive around the outside of Ross Corinta. Real sportsman-like move there for Corinta. He saw Schultz coming and moved down out of the way. And now Schultz is within striking distance as you ride on board here. Looking out the left side of the car. Pepiot, can he hold on? 3 laps to go here for Garrett Pepiot, who's led since lap number 15. Pepiot swings out to the outside, and here comes Schultz. Schultz working the cushion off turn number 4. Can he get the race lead this time off turn 4? No, he cannot. Pepiot's got him by 81/1000ths of a second. Almost a dead heat at the line. But here comes Schultz to the outside. Pepiot down to the bottom. They're coming to the white flag this time by. Schultz on the cushion. New race leader at the white flag. Brandon Schultz trying to pull off the upset here on the final lap. Down the back straightaway for the final time, and it is Brandon Schultz out of St. Paul, Minnesota, trying to put an exclamation point on a championship run here in the spring season, and Schultz will win. Pepiot comes home 2, Braden Finsel 3, Chad Cote 4th, and Trevor Graybow will finish in position number 5. Scorers will go to work on the points. As soon as I get a points update, I will pass that along to you, and we will see where the points shake out to see who your Spring Series champion is going to be. We're going to step aside here. We'll get Victory Lane assembled, and when we come back, we'll talk to your top 3 finishers, and as soon as we get a points update, we will talk to your champion. Stay tuned. You're watching Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship Night here from the Volusia Speedway Park.
Introducing GForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Renegades Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForce TV racing leagues. GForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForce TV.
Welcome back, race fans, to the Volusia Speedway Park Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb Championship Night here from Volusia for the GForce Racing League Renegades Division. And my goodness, what a finish we had here tonight. We'll get ready to talk to your top three finishers and your champion. We'll start out here with third place finishing Braden Finsel aboard the F1. And Braden, hey man, first off, let's say this. It's great to talk to you again here. Good to see you back running here consistently with the league. One of our top competitors here, man. Welcome back.
Thanks, Steven. I'm just going to throw this out there. I was fist pumping crossing the line like I won the race. I mean, running top three with these guys anymore, it's hard. I mean, I used to run up front, and, you know, things have changed. You know, I took a little break, you know, with basketball and just taking a break in general, and I came back and I had a couple guys tell me that there was some good competition, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, I'm excited. And man, I've been struggling lately, but I got to give a big thanks to Cole Macedo and Chris Verda. They both have helped me extremely with sets, and just been working really hard to finally get back up front, and this feels good. I feel like for me, this is just as good as a win right now.
And to go to that point, Braden, tonight's top 24 in time trials, they were only separated by 0.2 of a second. I mean, that's just what the competition level has come to here with this league.
Absolutely. I mean, it's extremely. There's so much talent. I mean, it's just it blows your mind away, because, you know, if you look back, you know, close to a year ago from now, our championship night that I won the first one, I mean, it's like night and day from then to now. So it's just too cool to be up here with these guys. You know, I was telling Garrett and Brandon in the waiting room that we were in, I was telling them, you know, this is I respect the heck out of them guys. You know, they're fast, and it's hard to run up front with these guys. It really is. And I don't remember where I started. I think I started 9th, but you know, I was just trying to. I didn't even have a top 3 in mind tonight. You know, I was just trying to go for a top 10, and you know, ended up here. So it's just too cool.
Well, man, it was great to have you on the podium here tonight, and I know that you've got some folks that help you out along the way. Tell us about all those guys.
Absolutely. I mean, we're just a small team out of Fostoria, Ohio. I mean, we're just out here to have fun. You know, this is really cool. So I got to thank everyone at Finsel Motorsports, Slammer Sports Bar, B-Fins iRacing Paints, Linder Speed Equipment, NGK, Barrier Custom Fab, Cardio's OK, Fisher Racing Engines, Brad's Body Shop, Real Caps, K&N, Simpson, everyone a part of this. I mean, there's so many people to thank, but man, I'm pumped about this one. So we're gonna enjoy this one for a few weeks.
Good for you, man. Great to see you back up here on the podium, and a great run here tonight at Volusia.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, there's Braden Finsel, man. A class act, I'll tell you. A really awesome youngster that races with us here in the league. We'll bring in now our second place finisher tonight, Garrett Papiet. And Garrett, man, what more could you have done? I thought the bottom lane was right where you needed to be. It worked literally all race long for about 39 laps tonight.
I needed more fuel. Lap 30, I started a fuel save once I got the lead and everything, and I was slowly watching Brandon catch me and stuff like that, and he had more of a stake in points championship than I did, and I kind of, once he got around me, I kind of just laid back a little bit and not tried to race him hard and potentially take him out and knock him out of the points race.
How close did it come on fuel for you there at the end?
It was about a gallon.
Wow, that's not a lot around here.
No, and running the bottom, burning them tires off sometimes, it can burn a lot. So I was trying to finish, but not so close to where it was like skin of my teeth.
Well, let's talk about, your season as a whole here. You several times have transferred through the Rebels race to run with the Renegades. You officially come home 10th in the point standings here after competing in 7 out of the 10 races. And I think that you were probably carrying the most momentum out of anybody here in the second half of this season.
Yeah, once I got VR and pedals, and once I started getting used to that, and I was practicing and more and understanding setups more and stuff like that, and it helped me a lot. And I did very well when I did transfer through, most times.
You had a lot of teammates that have been running well of late as well. Tell us about all the folks that helped make it happen there for the 47 car.
Oh, everybody at Parabellum Motorsports, Connor Ross, John Hine, Aiden Young, Jordan Hack, Velocity Race Designs, Alex Hanna Gaming. They're all over my car, but yeah, I want to thank them and you guys for having an awesome stream and showcasing us. Me and Brandon always put on a show for you guys.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, and we appreciate you guys putting on that great show. A great run for you here tonight.
Thank you, and I want to congratulate Brandon too on his wherever he finished in points.
Absolutely. We're going to bring him in right now. Brandon Schultz, we're going to bring him in. He's the driver out of St. Paul, Minnesota. Brandon, I wasn't sure because of the drop week where points were going to shake out, but let me be the first to congratulate you on the Spring Series Championship by 30 points over your teammate Trevor. Congratulations on the race win on top of that. That's just the icing on the cake tonight.
Yeah, it was an awesome night. I'm glad to see Trevor got second in points too, and glad to see us finally tie one up. We've been close the last 2 seasons, but we've just missed too many weeks, and yeah, it's good to finally come in here and get one of these deals done.
About 10 to go, maybe 8 laps to go. You're working the outside. I mean, just pounding it on the outside. Did you ever think that the outside wasn't going to be the ticket tonight? Because for a couple laps, I wasn't sure if you had enough time to get up there to Garrett. But then from lap 30 on, man, you started reeling them in a little bit at a time until you were able to finally get up alongside here coming to the white.
Yeah, so earlier on in the race, I think I tried the top. I don't know if it was like lap 8 or 10 or what it was, but we tried the top and it got going, and I started catching Bowers and Garrett in front of me, and I was like, okay, maybe this is the ticket. And then we got that caution on another restart. I tried it again. I'm like, I think the bottom has too much moisture, but late in the race, I couldn't hit the bottom quite like Garrett was, so I tried the top and I just kept reeling them and just finally got right next to him, and thankfully it was with enough time left in the race.
Well, you made that pass coming to the white flag. They say that leading a lot of laps is nice, but you got to lead the right one, and that's the one you led here tonight.
Yeah, that's the only one I want to lead.
Absolutely. Now, you come home with the championship here. Now, another impressive stat that I'm going to throw out here as well is not only do you pick up the Spring Series championship here, you also do it by being the driver who has the lowest score when it comes to incidents per lap. So, to me, that screams a couple of things. You're the points champion. You've won races, but you've been super consistent as well. But on top of that, that IL number, I think, is almost just as good as winning a championship, because not only have you done that, you've won races, you've won the point series here for the spring season, but you've done it racing about as clean as you can. That's got to give you a lot of pride here in this point series championship.
Oh yeah, that's always what we strive for. It's great winning races and everything, but I'm the type of guy I just never want to ruin somebody else's race. I try to race people with as much respect as I can, and I'm glad we could, have that low of an incident rating, and it's just awesome. It's a good deal tonight.
Absolutely, man. What a run here at Volusia. I know I always ask you this, but if I remember correctly, I think last week you said Volusia was a place that you guys like now.
No, we spent like, I don't know, 5 hours trying to figure out something just today for this track, and we got something pretty good. But yeah, the rest of the team likes it. This is definitely not my favorite track at all. But I was really kind of stoked to get the win here because I didn't think we had the car to do it. But I don't know, the setup just came in late and it was hooked up.
Not specifically setup wise, but just kind of in general, speaking in general terms here, what was it that you needed to improve on the most before you got here tonight?
Just hitting the top consistently. The top builds up a really big curb that almost goes over the wall, and if you get too high into it, you can really ruin your night. So just trying to stay off that and keep momentum around the top and not hit the wall off of 4 and be careful about the bumps. It's every track you go to usually is all about consistency. If you can be consistent and clean and keep your car off the wall and keep up your momentum, chances are you're going to go forward.
Well, man, first full series here with the Vanderbilt Race Cars team, man. Congratulations on the Spring Series Championship. Tell us about all the folks that helped make it happen for you.
Yeah, I just got to thank Vanderbilt Racing, Buy Oil, Next Level Designs, Jimmy Emery. Got to thank Ross Zumbach at Speed Graphics. He does awesome work as well. Got to thank all my teammates, Jesse Bandy, Jeff Fitzpatrick, Trevor Graybow, Kyle Moonen, one of our new add-ons, Brennan Lacey. I wish he could have ran here tonight. It would have been awesome to have him here. But yeah, I just got to thank all them guys for all their hard work and determination so we can keep putting this car on the podium.
Well, man, a great job here tonight. Congratulations on the Spring Series Championship. And on behalf of 3-9 Productions, we want to thank you. I mean, I know we get to talk to you a lot with the success you guys have had, but it's always a pleasure to get to talk to you and how you're able to explain how things happen out on the racetrack to our great fans that tune in each and every week, to kind of get them under the helmet to know what's happening out on that racetrack. And we appreciate that very much, man.
No problem. Hopefully we put on a good show for the fans, and I want to thank you for you streaming and broadcasting this. I mean, you are definitely one of the best in the business.
Thanks, man. Congratulations again.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, there is Brandon Schultz, tonight's race winner, tonight's champion for the Spring Series season. And we're going to try Mike Schultz here one more time. Mike Schultz, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, there he is. I love it. Hey, man, tell us quickly here about Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb. Thank you. And again, thank you so much for sponsoring Championship Night here tonight. But for folks that want to get involved or, want to take a trip out and see some of these great racetracks in the Finger Lakes, tell us about a great place they can stay at.
So this place is renovated by my aunt and uncle who run it, and they've done a great job. Renovated in 2017, really kind of out in the nice wilderness area, all the amenities you can think of. Definitely every time they have guests, it's clean top to bottom. They work so hard to have a neat and tidy place. Check them out the best way you can is whisperingpinesgetaway.com, or you can search for it on Airbnb. Definitely just a great place to get away. Definitely in the heart of the Finger Lakes. So wine country, whatever you want to go do and see. Beautiful country out here.
And they are within driving distance of Land of Legends Raceway, Outlaw Speedway, Woodhall Raceway, and if you really wanted to push things, Genesee Speedway, Ransomville Speedway, hell, they're within driving distance of the Ohsweken Speedway. I mean, there's so many different dirt tracks here in the northeastern U.S. and Canada that you could visit and support these guys at Whispering Pines. So again, visit whisperingpinesgetaway.com. Mike, thanks for stopping in, man. We appreciate it, and thank you so much for your sponsorship.
We really appreciate it. Thank you for everything you and Brad do for this broadcast, and Roger and everybody at GForce Racing.
All right, there's Mike Schultz from Whispering Pines Getaway Airbnb. Roger Craig has joined us quickly here. Before we get out of here, Roger, what a finish to the Spring Series season, and it just gives us more things to look forward to in the weeks and months to come.
What a great way to finish this season. That was a white knuckler, man, all the way, and really exciting and clean. I'm so proud of this division, how good it is. These guys make it just a great division, and it's a tribute to these drivers. They put on a great show week after week. You guys put on an A1 broadcast, and it's just a winning formula. And we're taking next week out. Well, we're having some fun racing next week, but we'll be back in 2 weeks with the VE75. So we're celebrating victory 75 years ago by having a charity race for our veterans, and a lot of great door prizes, and there'll be a lot more information coming out about that soon. But yeah, I'm really excited for the next season. It's really got some momentum, and just can't thank you guys enough for the job you've done.
For more information on the GForce Racing League, visit www.gforcerl for GForce Racing League. It's gforcerl.com. And don't forget to stop by GForce TV. Go to youtube.com/GForce TV. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell while you're there so you get those push notifications to your mobile or desktop device to let you know when we go live or when we post new on-demand content here on GForce TV. Be sure to visit us on 39 Productions on their Facebook page, facebook.com/39 Productions. And on behalf of Roger Craig, Preston Cranmer, the entire crew here at the GForce Racing League, for Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey from GForce TV, and for our executive producer of 39 Productions, Brad Ovens, my name is Steve Ovens, the voice of the Renegades division here at the GForce Racing League, saying thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Whispering Pines Getaway for sponsoring Championship Night. What a race you got to see here tonight, and you're going to see a lot more of that to come. Again, visit gforcerl.com. From the Volusia Speedway Park here in Barberville, Florida, congratulations to Brandon Schultz, tonight's race winner and the Spring Series champion.
Rated production of 39 Productions, www.39designcompany.com, and may not be rebroadcast, replicated, or saved in any media without the explicit written permission of 39 Productions. The opinions expressed in this programming are those of the host, co-host, and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of the management and/or ownership of either 39 Productions, the advertisers, or our marketing partners.
Introducing GForce TV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForce TV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Ohsweken Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForce TV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForce TV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from rivals in GForce TV racing leagues. GForce TV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForce TV. What you want to do is when you're on your computer or on your cell phone, whatever it is, go to GForceTV.net, type that in your browser, and that will take you right to the official YouTube page of GForce TV. And down to the right-hand side, you'll see the big red subscribe button. Make sure you click on that. But don't stop there. Once you've subscribed, then you want to make sure you hit the little ringer to the right. That's the notification bell. And anytime there's new content uploaded to GForce TV, you'll get a notification, whether it be on your computer, on your device, whatever it is, you'll know when there is content. And as we've been saying, it's so important when you're watching these videos on YouTube or for the meantime on Facebook, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, make sure you're sharing these links, and that helps the actual content grow and populate throughout YouTube, specifically for the GForce channel.